Alright, so I've been playing this game called Dome Keeper. Now, Dome Keeper is quite an interesting game. I have been enjoying it quite a bit. So, I'm going to explain a bit of it when we get into it, but for now there are quite a few options that I have unlocked that aren't necessarily going to be there from the start. I'm going to go with Laser Dome because that's what you start with, even though I prefer the Sword Dome. There's only Engineer. You'll unlock these eventually, so this stuff won't, the pet and the skin won't be there from the start, but now the gadget, you'll start with the shield and then you'll unlock these two later, so I'm gonna start with shield as well, even though I've unlocked everything. And then you'll also only start with relic mode. I've only really been doing relic mode. I don't quite know what to do with prestige yet, and I've just been exploring around with relic hunt and I've been enjoying that. And then you have quite a few options here for what difficulty to do, what map size to do. I've been doing brutal difficulty. It says it's the intended difficulty. Normal and hard are quite easy for me. Brutal is most of the time I should win, but it can be a little challenging, and I'm not really sure I'm ready for you asked for it. I think I'll have to do a lot of trial and error to get that one. As far as map size goes, huge can last just hours and hours, and I actually really enjoy it. But I think I'm gonna go with large. I think it's a nice amount in between. Small and medium just kind of feel like it ends too quickly for me, so I'm gonna go with this one and just get into it. Now, if you haven't seen the game, pretty much what we're going to be doing is we're going to be defending our dome, and then when enemies come and when there aren't enemies, we're going to be mining resources under our dome. And you'll see really quickly how that works. So first thing, we're just gonna come down here and just start mining. We can see right away we're getting some resources. These squares are iron. Bring them up, and when you get resources, they come over here and you can use them to upgrade these different tech trees. So there's of course different strategies to go off, but I'm going to be trying to upgrade myself for a little bit, which is basically just going to be things that improve my ability to mine, so drill strength, my jetpack speed, and my carry strength. When you pick up a lot of resources, it starts to weigh you down, and if you don't upgrade this, then you get really slow with only grabbing a few at a time. But we'll look at more of this stuff a little bit later as we get to it. For now, we're just going to keep mining. And I like to make pretty organized tunnels for the most part. These triangles are going to be useful. Triangles are very useful for healing your dome up. Now, we don't have a lot of time. We don't have the timer unlocked. We can get that in just a bit here, but for now, we can't see when the waves are going to spawn, but it's probably pretty soon. Okay, I like to get an early drill strength, and we can go ahead and get this timer. Okay, so you can see how much time we have left now that I've unlocked that. So we actually have a little more time than I thought. So I'm going to mine a little more. I'm going to grab this one. And then we're just gonna go this way. It's pretty important to try to have kind of mining areas on top. So that every time you're mining, you're actually discovering things on top of you and below you. That way you're being more efficient. So for instance, right here, I have these above me. Looks like we're getting some more resources here. Okay. You can see already that carrying 4 slows you down quite a bit this early on. Right, so a couple of trips might be necessary to speed it up a little bit. And so with that in mind, what I like to do also early is get this carry strength. And that way, it won't weigh us down as much. Getting some more triangles, that's nice. These aren't important to send back right away, so I'm just gonna ignore it for a second. I like to have go down to the 3rd level so that we have 2 blocks. This is some most efficient way to manage your mining tunnels. Alright, our time's almost up. We need to get back up here. Don't worry about these triangles in just a bit. And now we gotta bring our slow laser over. Our laser is quite weak early on. We need to upgrade it. Which, from that you can basically see the kind of loop of the game of, do I prioritize how well I'm mining or do I prioritize my defense? So it's going to be a balancing act of those two things for a while. I'm just going to bring these up here. Again, we don't desperately need triangles, so I'm just going to have them sitting there and then I can drag them up as we have available time. Our most important resource is going to be iron. See how much more we can carry now. Before 4 was weighing us down quite a bit, and we're getting weighed down a little bit from this. Probably drop a couple so that I can grab them in a second. And then I like to get speed as well. These first 3 upgrades are pretty important early on, even though our laser is quite weak. And getting one of these 2 upgrades, the power or the move speed for the laser, would be very strong. I think prioritizing any kind of economy early is good, and also having a faster character is very strong early on. Just because I can come back here and do more trips than I would otherwise be able to. And grab a few triangles. Now, we have so many triangles. We can actually get both of these upgrades right away. We got really lucky. So, with the laser dome, you get these melee damage reduction abilities, and if you can get them early on, that's really great. You need to get your health meter in order to unlock those, and I'm just going to unlock both of them. Get melee damage reduction 40%. And then basically you're going to try to prioritize the ranged enemies just a little bit more. And all of the rest of our triangles will just go into repairing. So we got really lucky with early triangles, and this will make me a little bit more comfortable to get kind of personal upgrades rather than like defensive upgrades and getting like a better laser and stuff early, because we should just be taking less damage. We want to try to shoot these because hitting them at all will make them stop shooting those flying guys. Alright, now we're going to continue our mining and basically ignore any kind of other things. And you may be noticing that there's different kinds of textures on the different kind of mining blocks here, and some of them are tougher than others and they take longer to mine through, so you need to get more drill strength to be able to break them faster. I'm actually doing really good so far. I'm just gonna get more drill strength. We're just gonna improve myself. It's gonna be very useful. Just keep on mining in this kind of pattern where you go down 3 like this, and now we're getting more iron. So we're about to get another wave. I Gonna grab this triangle on the way back too, unless it slows me down too much. I'll just drop it. It's kind of slowing me down. And now, I guess we're at 7. Also, I do want to make a quick note that there's these 2 upgrades here, cycle counter and inventory. They are pretty much completely useless. I can already see my inventory every time I come to my computer, so there's no real reason to get it. And the cycle counter is just like, if you're interested and you have literally nothing else to get, like at the very end, but like, it's a complete waste of resources. Now, the question here is, do I save up money or do I go ahead and get some kind of increased laser? Like I said before though, I got both of these hardening upgrades. So, I'm going to choose to save instead, and I think that's going to be a better option. Also with this wave, it's looking like it's a good option because there doesn't seem to be too many enemies. There's a few. There's another one on the other side. We'll get hit a couple times, but we got our shield to take care of the first couple hits. So we actually like took 1 hit there, and that's about it. Ooh, this is perfect. Now we are going to get some kind of a gadget from bringing this back. And it'll give us an option of a couple, and we'll have to choose based on what we get. Stun laser, teleporter, and tread the cobalt. Okay. Now, the teleporter is extremely strong. It is a very good gadget, and the stun laser, you can always get a stun laser if you get enough of the gadgets. So, the teleporter is going to be our choice. Now, it's not the best early. You need to upgrade it a bit to really get its full use, but we can drag it with us for now. Right now it only allows us to teleport ourselves between our base and it, so it is a 2-way teleporter, but later on we get to upgrade it to also teleport resources, which is what makes it incredibly strong. And that's going to be our main focus of our economy, pretty much. Pretty much the idea of it is that by using it, you can stay in the mines longer instead of taking trips back to the base. And the more you're actually doing real mining, the better your economy is going to be. The trips between the base is going to be a huge slowdown for you. Alright. Well, now we can see how weak our laser is in a wave like this, but I still think focusing on our economy is a good idea. So we're just going to leverage our HP as much as possible for the time being. And yeah, I could have teleported, but it's also a very slow teleport right now. So yes, okay, this is good because now we got this little fruit thing that's going to make us move faster for a little bit. And we got 1 water. Now, I would have liked to get a little bit more than 1, but that will be very useful. We're going to need water to upgrade kind of gadget type skills. So if you'll notice that for our laser and ourselves, it's all iron, it's all the squares, but for the other stuff, the more advanced things, we're going to need water. We're going to need a lot of it. Unfortunately, we don't have enough. We want to get teleport resources, which is going to take us 3 water. We do not have enough for that right now. What I'm going to do right now, I think it may be a little crazy, but going for another mining drill strength, even though it's may be getting a little ahead of ourselves because we haven't got the other speed and the other carrying. Getting the mining drill strength early is going to allow us to very carefree mine for quite a while. 4, there's nothing useful to get for 4, so we're just gonna keep on mining. Oh, and we got lucky right away finding more. Let me just drop a few. And our little fruit thing has worn off, so that thing does respawn. I don't know how often it does, but we'll come back and we'll be able to pick it up again. I think it's not entirely wrong to just continue upgrading ourselves for now. It is going to get a little scarier on the waves, but we have an HP pool for a reason, we might as well use it. Try to stop these guys from attacking. And if we need to heal, we can use the triangle that we have. Yes, we're getting quite low, so very soon we're going to need to be a little bit more kind of aware of what we're doing. I will be grabbing this triangle here in a bit. Let me grab the rest of these, and then we'll grab the triangle with it. Now keep in mind, there is this health upgrade, and this repairs based off a percentage of your total HP, so getting a maximum health increase is going to be a bigger priority. So ideally we're just going to find another iron, and then we can use that to get the max health increase, which will also heal us, which allows us to save our triangle for a little bit longer, and triangles can be pretty precious. I could be wrong, but I also feel like you get less triangles when you're playing with the laser dome. I feel like I've gotten more triangles when I play the sword dome. Now this is really good. We found more water. That's going to be very useful. I'm gonna go ahead and get the maximum health increase. And you can see that healed us up just a little bit. We don't need to heal until we actually need it. We don't have much time to do anything else, so when that happens I like to clear the area just a little bit under my dome so that we're bumping into things a little bit less, and then we can continue. And our goal is to try to be a little efficient with our laser. Unfortunately, it's very slow. So, as much as we try to be efficient with it, it doesn't always work out. So I can tell right away that we need to get more damage, more speed, whatever. Probably more damage first on the laser. And that'll be our next upgrade. It's getting a little low, so it's getting a little scary, but we have focused a lot on our economy, so it's not that big of a deal as long as we switch our focus pretty much immediately to defenses, and then we should be in good shape as long as we can hold off a few more waves. It's a bit greedy, but I think it's gonna pay off. Ideally we'll find a few more resources here, maybe a triangle, maybe some iron. The triangles are cobalt and the circles are water. Yes, the fruit has respawn too. So I can mine up here. grab this, and try to find something. I don't have a lot of time. I'm being a little greedy, but I would like to find something if possible. Alright, I'm gonna go back to base. That water is not gonna come with us, unfortunately. But that'll be okay. I need one more square to really upgrade anything, so this is maybe really dangerous. Alright, I am quite scared right now, but let's hope it goes well. It looks like this is a tamer wave than it's been, so that's lucky for me. They tend to have a few waves that are particularly strong, and then they kind of back off on you for a second, so this is why it's not quite as scary as it seems to be as greedy on the econ side of things for a little bit starting out. But if I don't find something soon, then it will be very scary. Yes, that's what we need. Okay. Now we're gonna have a few trips up here. Now what I am scared about is my HP is quite low and I don't have a good way to increase it. I should be trying to use my teleporter a little bit more here in a bit. Okay, I haven't really made good use of it yet. But I should make good use of it basically immediately here, where I'm going to upgrade the teleporter. As well as laser power. Let me do laser speed first, and then we'll upgrade the teleporter. So let's try to be a little bit more prudent with our defenses. And now we are moving much faster with our laser, and these things should die quite quickly. Keep in mind we have the melee damage reduction, so I would like to get rid of the ranged projectile guys first. And kill this guy, and then we kill all the small ones. The small ones don't do too much damage, but there are tons of them, so if you don't get them, it can be really scary. Alright, bring this teleporter with me. We are going to start dragging it everywhere. I'm going to bring these back, and then that should be enough, I believe, for the teleporter upgrade. Now, unfortunately, when we get this upgrade, we cannot teleport back to the dome with our teleporter. That's okay, but later on we can get that ability back. So the resource teleporting is significantly more important, and it's okay to get rid of our ability to teleport early on so that we can get that ability even if we don't have enough resources to get the next upgrade. And then this will just send those triangles back for us. We don't have to drag them back ourselves. Now, gadgets we do have to drag back. They do not get sent back by themselves, but it's really nice that we got a gadget. That's going to be incredibly useful, pretty much no matter what it is. We'll find some use for it. I do want to note that the teleporter can't teleport us back to the dome, but we can still use it to teleport to the teleporter. Let's see what this is. Blast Mining, Stun Laser, and Shred the Cobalt. Now, I have heard by some people that Blast Mining is good, but I have never been able to make good use of it. I would like to try to make good use of it sometime, but we already have the teleporter, and the teleporter is going to be our main econ right now, so Stun Laser is a great option, especially given how dangerous of a situation we've been in. But with our recent laser upgrades, I don't think we're in as dire of a situation as it seemed. Also, I did get a few triangles, so I'm not in a dire situation at all, actually. Just use those and we're fine. Alright, my laser's already down here. Now the stun laser is awesome against these little guys because it can kill them, even though it otherwise wouldn't really do damage. Took a few hits from them, but the bulk of them got killed, so it's fine. And now we're looking really... we're looking pretty good right now. We're in a really nice spot. Just continue to mine and drag this teleporter around. Now, something to note is that it's generally a pretty good idea to mine vertically when you have a teleporter, just because when you mine upward... Oh, there's actually resources here. When you mine upward, that means that all of the resources can fall down. And you can just have your teleporter in a little pit that sends them all back. Let me drop this so I can start sending. Now, right now, without upgrades, it has quite a cooldown between actually sending the resources back. So it takes a while to get there, but it's still going to be very strong. It'll just only get stronger, basically. Oh, we're getting another gadget already. That is quite lucky. Let's just go ahead and bring it back. And then we're gonna have a wave anyway. Ooh, this is quite risky. How much am I willing to risk here? I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be fine. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Okay. Ooh, we got a big guy. Probe. Now a probe is really good. Do I want to use a probe and a teleporter? Well, I already, like, if we can get a lift eventually. I think a probe is perfectly fine. I can make very good use of a probe, and even with a teleporter, like, it might be a little overkill, but I think the probe is very good. Oh, I missed some of the small guys, I didn't see them. That's fine. Now, with a few probe upgrades, it'll be very strong, but for now, what we basically just do is we go towards some area that's not been mined, like here, hit F, and then what's going to happen is it's going to give us little dots if there's anything, and there wasn't anything, so that basically means not to waste too much time mining right there. So instead, let me make sure these are on top of this. Instead, I'm going to go mine this direction. Now, if I only had the probe, I would be doing a little bit of a different mining strategy, but since I have the teleporter, we're going to be doing it like this. Come on. And just keep sending them down. What I really should be doing is getting that fruit some more. I saw that it had respawned, and I had forgot about that after the wave, but we don't really have time now. Keep in mind, I can't teleport back right now, so I have to go back up. I have to get the upgrade, which I need water for. I try to remember to get this fruit next time. We have quite a bit of resources now. We have 10 that are at the base. There's a lot more that's going to come with us. These resources don't teleport while I'm in combat, though. Yeah, so with 10, I think a faster move speed on the laser is fine. Going for a little defense right now seems good because I think our economy is going to be looking really good. And most of the economy upgrades we want now are going to be for our teleporter, and we need water for that. And since we don't have water, we can go ahead and just keep getting defenses upgraded. Alright, remember the fruit, remember the fruit. Come on over here and get it. Oh, I forgot about my probe. I really shouldn't forget that, that's quite important. But we're getting more squares. Very useful. And triangles. We've got tons of resources. And we're just gonna send these down to the teleporter. It's gonna take a while to get everything back. I'm actually going to take some back myself. Because I want to go back to the base to get my probe recharged. Ugh, this is still too many. That's fine, I'll just go back to base. Also, the wave's coming soon anyway after all of that. This is why you need the carrying strength, because it wastes quite a little bit of time going back and forth. It's not as important right now with the teleporter, but... get on here and recharge your probe. We have 9. 9's not really enough to do anything. I would still prefer to keep upgrading the laser. Kill the big guy as fast as possible so he doesn't do too much damage. Hopefully no damage. Oh, there's another one. That's annoying. I have triangles. I have nothing to be afraid of. Alright, I'm going to... Wait. Oh no. I do have something to be afraid of. I don't have triangles. Oh no, I'm gonna die. I died. Well, it was a nice try at a run. Anyway, for the next one we're going to... I think I want to start with the probe, and I'm going to make a good case for how to use the probe very effectively. And until then, see you next time.